Are you looking to be more prepared for an emergency? My wife and I have been looking into this lately, and we've read books in the past, but we never really took good action. And this past week or two, I've just been like, I think we need to get some things because we're not 100% prepared. And we live down here in Louisiana, and the biggest thing for us are hurricanes. Hurricane season doesn't start till June, so we figured that we should get some preparedness stuff going so that, by the time that comes along, we'd be ready. Also, just be prepared for any other thing that can happen. Electricity going out, flooding, anything, get cold or whatever. So I want to show you guys, I want to go around the house and show you guys some of the preparedness items that we've bought recently. Just kind of give you some ideas of little things that you guys can do to be more prepared in case, bad things happen. So we have, in our laundry room, we have this cabinet right here, and it's kind of like a cabinet of stuff. So I figured, but I'm kind of becoming like an emergency preparedness type stuff cabinet. So I figured I would kind of go through what we have in here. First things first is that you need a good flashlight. And so I decided, we used to have some mag lights that I had a long time ago, and they just don't work anymore. So I decided to go with this guy right here. It's a Duracell. I forget what the name of, something beam, but it does a 2500 lumens, which is nice and dark. But this one's cool because the front part comes up, see how that lifted? And that is able to focus the beam if you want to. So if you're, high up or whatever, you need to see something really in focus, or get a nice focus ring on your light, you can simply raise that up. This particular one came with batteries, just regular Duracell batteries on the inside. It's got a big button on the bottom here that you press and that'll turn it on. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that for you guys. Nice big floodlight right there. So I can see all throughout the space right there of everything that's in here. But if I wanted to, I'm gonna simply pull this out and we can focus it a little bit more. See how that really, really bright spot right there got super focused? So if you wanted to pinpoint it on something, you can do that as well. This is, it gives a nice wide range right there. So I really, really am liking this flashlight. It just takes a lot of batteries because it has a lot of lumens in there. I think it's 12 AA batteries. Look, watch, let me turn on the light right here and I'll open up the back for you guys so y'all can see. It's almost like a, little cartridge thing, if you will, that, that pops out of here. Yeah, it's AA, and there's 12. Like I said, though, the batteries came with the flashlight with this. It does say do not use lithium-ion batteries, though. I'm not too sure why, but since this one came with the batteries, I figured I don't have to test that out yet. But awesome flashlight, if you guys want to check that out. I'll put some links below to all this stuff as well. We do have some other flashlights that I've just collected over the years. This is a solar-powered one right there. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. The little button kind of came off right here. You can find these types of things on Amazon. You simply press it. It has a nice little clover aspect to it, so you can open these up. It has a little hook right here that broke, but you can hang it if you want to hang it to give some downward light, or you can, use it like this as a flashlight. It also is charged via USB, so it has just an internal battery, or you can use it, put it out into the sun and get solar with it. And it has a few different modes too, like a brightness mode and then like a SOS kind of light mode like that. So just super cool. I like having a flashlight that had the internal battery and could be charged by the sun. There is, I also picked up some headlamps too, which, look, there's this one right here is out of the package. Came in a pack of 3 right here, and it also came with batteries as well, right down there. Another Duracell one, and I wanted one of 3 so that, we have 3 kids. They can kind of use them. We can use the bigger flashlights. But what I liked about this one is that it had, the spotlights right there. It's kind of bright for you guys, so I'm going to point it downward. I had a few different settings on there. It had the red light. And then also on the sides here, it's got these side lights you can turn on, and then you can go through all of your other lights that the other button controls. So there's 2 buttons on top here, and then the side lights can go off as well. So nice strap on here. It does have a pivot right here. The 3 AAA batteries go right behind in this little compartment right there, which is nice and sealed. So all in all, great little headlamp. I like the versatility of the lights that were in there. And it's a nice Duracell, which I think that those are some of the better ones right there. Excuse me while I pick this up. Another thing that we got or a couple other things actually up here. We have some lighters. You never know whenever your stuff's going to go out and you need just some light. So we got one of these torch ones, which is always cool, so that it's wind resistant. So if you need to light like a fire outside, if it's a super windy day, this won't blow out as easily as something like one of these, which is just kind of one of those aim and flame. It's just a flame that comes out there, you know, you usually light your barbecue pit or something like that with, or candles. That's another thing that you want to have for an emergency. You know, if all of your lights go out in your house and you don't have enough flashlights or batteries, we have some candles that we have. We got these little candles. Actually, they had a ton of reviews on Amazon, and that's one of the reasons why we went with them. And you get 20 candles in there. We just bought these little holders that go into them. And you just simply light them. They actually last quite a long time, and these are the no drip ones, so it doesn't make that much of a mess. But just a nice little candle to have. Give you an idea of how tall they are. They're about yay tall right there. So definitely recommend that you guys go and get some candles as well. It's also nice just to have at night if you like to read by candlelight or do something by candlelight. We like doing that kind of stuff. Another flashlight that we have right here. I don't know if this is even still sold anymore. I got it on Amazon, I believe. And it's got a little light right here, so you can turn that. It's not working right now. I think it needs to be charged. This is another one of those USB charging ones. So you plug it in right there, and then it'll charge the light. But it can also be a power bank, so you can output your power from this to charge your phone or something like that. It also has a little lighter right here, so you can press down on this. Looks like the kids might have messed it up, but that gets super hot, kind of like an old school cigarette lighter type of thing. And then you can create fire from that. It does have a winder right here, so let me point you guys at the wall. You can actually get some juice from this thing if you just need a real quick light for something, which is nice, and that just kind of folds up into the handle of the flashlight. And then it's also, this is the cool part, it's also a little multi-tool as well. So you have a serrated knife right there. Go ahead and bend that all the way. And then you have a clip right here, so you can clip it onto your belt. Great for like everyday carry type stuff if you wanted to do that. And then you have your bottle opener right there. So if you are looking for something with knife protection, a light, power, I mean, this thing kind of does it all for you, and you can just clip it onto a belt or a bag or something like that. This is a great little tool that we've had for a while now, and we really, really like this thing. That is one of the better flashlights, more versatile flashlights that we've had. Another thing, too, whenever it comes to candles and lighting, you can get these big, giant, I don't know if you guys are Catholic or whatnot, but and what churches these do, but all these like prayer candle type things, though they last a long time. And that's one of the main reasons why I'm pointing this out, is because you can light this candle. I mean, it'll last, I don't know how long, but the longer than most candles, I say. We have about 3 or 4 of these. Again, great for, hurricane lights go out and all that type of stuff. Hey, that's the bottom of the old mag light we used to have. Now, another thing that we did is we went and got some food as well. We were looking for foods that, had a long expiration date in case, the hurricane comes or, supply chain shortages and all that type of stuff. And so we we recently revamped our cabinets right here, and we had 2 extra shelves. We're like, oh, we can put some emergency food type of stuff right here on these shelves. And so this just kind of go through some of the things that are in here, but also I want to point out in my notebook right here, I wrote down what we bought and when it expires. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add that into the calendar on my phone and receive a notification like a month before it happens, so that we can start eating some of the food before it actually expires, or we can donate it to a food bank or something like that. But some of the things that we got here are, and I'll go through some of those dates with you guys in just a minute, but we got raisins, we got some beans, just some pinto beans. There is some chili right here. This is wolf chili stuff. It doesn't have beans in there, which we're not a huge fan of beans. Coconut milk, awesome source of fat and protein right there. Some Spam. I've never tried Spam before, so I'm kind of curious to test this out. And we have some evaporated milk right here on the side there, just in case we need, milk type of stuff. And then down here, we have a giant jug of honey. We use a lot of honey in the house. This one's a good one that just kind of lasts for a long time and was fairly inexpensive. We got a thing of beans, green beans, cans of beans, and some Honeycrisp applesauce right there. Applesauce is really good just to have on hand because kids like to eat it, small children can eat it, and adults can eat it. Behind there, we're not huge on, or I should say, I'm not huge on peanut butter. Our kids like peanut butter, but we went ahead and got some almond butter, which was great. And we also got some dried fruit here. We got some dried pineapple. And we said as we see things on sale, we're gonna try and pick up more and keep the stock up, just kind of keep things going. And then this last thing here, the purple thing, is some macaroni and cheese. And what's interesting about macaroni and cheese, whenever we were looking at it at the store, we're like, okay, let's get the Kraft because it's gonna last a long time because they put preservatives and all that stuff, and it'll be just kind of emergency food. The kids, they'll eat it and whatever. But this Annie's one actually had a longer expiration date than the Kraft one. So we decided to go with the Annie's one, and it's all organic and all that type of stuff. So we figured it might be a little bit better health-wise for the kids. So this is kind of the little bit of food that we have ready to go. We do this every year or so. We buy a big giant bag of rice from one of the warehouse stores. And so we have a big giant bag of rice that we recently purchased. Another thing that we do in our deep freeze here, whenever butter goes on sale, we try and stock up on some butter. We could actually use a little more right now. And then this is just our deep freeze, so we always have some kind of meat and whatnot available to us. And we do once a month grocery shopping, so once a month we'll go and like stock up on a bunch of meat. So towards the beginnings of the month, the freezer's full and we have plenty of stuff in there. Now, and we actually have some tallow coming in, which we use to cook with, as opposed to like processed seed oils and that type of stuff. We have 24-pound box coming. What we're gonna do is cut that up, make little cubes of it, and then throw it into the freezer as well. So that that'll last us probably years and years. But going back to some of the expiration dates, I wanted to point out the applesauce, good till March of 2023. Right now we're in January of 22, so that's over a year. The chili we have till September of 23. Coconut milk February of 23. So a lot of these last all like an entire year or longer. The green beans don't, and the dried pineapple do not. The honey almost does. All these almost do. These are all November right here. Actually, no, the honey is 2023. I'm sorry. And the almond butter is October of 22. The Spam, 2024. That's why Spam is so good, because it lasts for so long. I don't know what's in it, but I think just because it's sealed in the can, it should be good. And then those beans last till November of 2022. So if you guys are looking for some emergency preparedness stuff, just to be ready for any kind of natural disaster, supply chain shortage type of stuff. Oh, another thing that we got recently too is batteries, because you want to have some backup batteries. We have some of those Amazon basic ones, so I'm going to be testing out some of those. But I feel like we got a good kind of first stock of some emergency preparedness stuff that we need. One thing that we want to kind of focus on too is maybe getting some gas in a gas can and leaving it in the sheds outside, and maybe getting some jerry cans for water. Usually whenever there's a hurricane, the common practice is to just fill up your bathtub with water, and that way you have water to be able to do dishes with, to flush the toilets, all that type of stuff, maybe brush your teeth or something like that. So that's kind of where we're at. If you guys have any other suggestions for, and of course we have Mike Vance here. Mike Vance is our protection. Ka-cha, ka-cha. But if you guys have any other ideas for us about emergency preparedness stuff, I would love to know down in the comments below, like some of the things that we might be missing out on that we need to put into our collection, or if there's something that you think is not that much a good idea. I'd be curious to know. Oh, we also have a first aid kit somewhere too, in the car, I believe, and also in our bathroom. So let me know in the comments below what other type of, preparedness type of stuff that we haven't covered yet. Thank y'all for watching, and Dad out.